Hey Gratitude Seekers, so today I would like to share a story with you about what happened yesterday. The thing is that I got really overwhelmed, and I saw myself, instead of appreciating what was happening in my life, I was focusing so much on what needed to be done that I just wasn't present anymore, and I wasn't appreciating much of anything. So what actually happened was that I went to the dentist, and I went there with the expectation that it would take about 30-40 minutes for everything to get done and for me to be able to get back to work. But it didn't. 30 minutes turned into an hour, and then an hour and a half, and then 2 hours, and finally 2 hours and a half. It wasn't comfortable, but what I do appreciate is that it took that much because the dentist wanted to do a great job and to make sure that everything is done correctly. And I was thinking of things in the long term. So even though in that moment it wasn't the easiest situation, I knew that that particular moment will pass and I will enjoy many years of healthy teeth. But the thing is that it did actually have an influence on my schedule, on my work day, and I had to make up for that time, and I got a little bit overwhelmed. I kept thinking of all of the things that I needed to get done until that particular hour, and also the things that needed to be done in a very short amount of time that I had left. And what was interesting was that when you're in that state, your brain keeps thinking of the things that you need to do, to be very cautious that it takes them all into consideration. And after you check one, you focus on the next one, and so on and so on. And this is actually great that you get to not forget the things that need to be done. But you get into that habit. You get into thinking, okay, what's next? And you also get rewarded when you find something that needed to be done, and you almost forgot about it. But the negative impact that this situation has is that by the end of the day, you keep that habit. You keep thinking, okay, what did I miss? Did I handle everything? Did I forget something? And instead of seeing all of the things that you did in that day and that I did in this situation, the tendency was to focus on the things that I didn't do and to feel like, oh my God, I need to get them done. So I'm sharing this story with you because when I became aware of this, I chose to shift this and to think that, okay, there may still be things that need to get done. Some I can move to tomorrow. For others, I can think of solutions that work best for everyone. And instead of feeling bad that I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to, I chose to feel grateful for the things that I was able to do, and to appreciate myself for the effort and for the fact that I was able to do all of the things that I managed to do in that day. And instead of feeling disheartened, I felt great. I felt appreciated. I felt energized, and I felt motivated to organize everything so that I'm at peace with myself and so that everything gets done one way or another. So why am I sharing this with you? The thing is that we sometimes do this. We feel overwhelmed. We keep on staying in that brain state that makes us very reactive instead of being responsive, and we're not enjoying much because we are always thinking of the next problem, of the next thing that needs to be dealt with. And the thing is like this: when we do this, we consume more energy, we're not enjoying what we're doing, And also, at the end of the day, instead of seeing all of the things that we did right, we still think of the things that we didn't do. And that consumes even more energy, makes us more exhausted, and it really doesn't motivate us to go on and to continue doing things and solving problems the next day. Also, another tip on this is to write things down. You may already have this habit, but just so the effort of remembering everything and making sure that you take into consideration all of the things that need to get done actually consumes a lot of energy and a lot of our attention. And that is very important because you need it to solve the problems, to do what needs to get done, and to do it at the best of your abilities, right? So next time you feel overwhelmed, use these 2 tips to get back to gratitude, to get back to your responsive state, and to get back into energy and into motivation. Oh, and one more tip. Use your calendar. The great thing about having a calendar and using it is that it sends you reminders, and also you can look at your day and you know when and where you need to do things, even with whom. For instance, a great tip on this is to share your calendar with your family, with your spouse, and they can know where you are or the appointments that you have, and it just makes communication so much easier. Plus, like I said, it doesn't take out of your energy because you know that you'll get the reminder, you know that you can see all of your day, all of your week, all of your month, and you know where and when things will happen, and you won't have to remember everything. And this way you will have more time in the responsive state, in the state that gives you more energy, more motivation, and more enthusiasm and gratitude. So thank you so much for listening. I'm really humbled and grateful for how many people shared the episodes of the Gratitude Podcast and how much the podcast itself has grown thanks to you. So thank you very much once again. Have a wonderful day and an amazing weekend. This has been Georgian Benta. Don't forget to keep seeking gratitude.